Hi folks and welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to jump back in and finish our conquests of Australia and whatever else we're going to do next. But I just need to point out, I've just spent a whopping 30 minutes before starting this recording just reorganizing some stuff. Tidying up the battle lines around Australia, because that was a mess thanks to this impenetrable hinterland that Australia has. But mostly, and I mean that took seconds, what I've done is tried to reorganize the horrible micromanagement mess that is the Navy now. And I think this is how it's supposed to be intended to be done. Because before we could just have escorts escorting every sea zone in the world, submarines raiding every sea zone in the world. And not very realistic a way of setting it up at all, but a very simple one and a nice one to play through for us players, good quality of life. And there was more efficient ways of doing things like that, but that method worked, and it's worked for about my 1,000 hours of playing in this game. That doesn't work now, because we need to be patrolling zones, we need to be strike forcing them. We can't just order one unit to patrol the entire world and expect it to manage, because of the naval base ranges and lots of other factors. And let's take like this fleet here, for example. What I would recommend is make sure you just tick this automate home base selection. Just have that enabled for everything. Otherwise, you're going to have to be constantly selecting bases yourself, unless there's a very specific reason you want a fleet to only operate out of one area. Just have that set to automatic. I wish it came by default as that, but it doesn't, so watch out for that. So what I've done is we've now reorganized our fleet. So the first thing I did was make this Japanese home waters theatre. And this is so we've got one strike fleet, so it's going to be sitting in port, not using fuel, and doing pretty much nothing, because we don't expect there to be a problem. But I've got them on strike fleet orders around this area. Now that will add some naval supremacy to these areas, but not as much as patrolling would. So we've also got a few units of patrolling ships going around here, mostly destroyers and light cruisers, but also some submarines I've thrown in there just because that's what I had. Not expecting this to be a problem and attack, but we need to defend against it. So that's just set for this region. Set and forget, never come back to it, ever. The ones where we're doing naval invasions, this is a bit more complex, because we need to be constantly moving these around. We need to be maybe focusing sharply on one or two naval regions where we need dominance in order to trigger naval invasions. So we've got some big fleets of patrol ships and patrol task forces going out. And then we've also got strike forces, which I've put... No, these aren't on strike force. These are big fleets with carriers that I would have traditionally set on strike force under the old system, but now we're setting to patrol, because on patrol they will actually go out and add a lot more naval dominance to that region. It seems to be a lot more effective way of doing it. They do add dominance with strike force, but it's like a multiplier, and patrolling seems to be the way to actually get it. So that's fine. So the ones where we're actually advancing across an area of sea zones where we need to get naval dominance and invasions going off quickly, that's where we have the big fleets for. We will be constantly having to reassign these in the areas in which they're patrolling and operating in order to move our invasions forward. That's where the micromanagement comes in, and by setting it up in their own theatres for that, I think I'm going to make it easier. It does mean now we have a lot of theatres going on, so I can keep an eye on the escorts and the submarines, which we should probably drop below there so I can find... Drop below there. Drop below there. No? Okay, we'll just put it to the top then. I don't care. You go where you want to, game. As long as I know where I can get to it. But it's going to be a lot more clicking and micromanagement. And whether you think that's a better thing, I don't know. The gaming experience, I would say, is not particularly made better, but the realism experience is. So it's a bit of a trade-off, this. I'll have to play some more games to fully work out my thoughts on it. But, I mean, this is a big naval-focused campaign with Japan. There's lots of islands, lots of sea zones. It's not going to affect you if you're playing the USSR nearly as much, or, you know, some other countries and things. So it's a good one to jump into, I think, to test out the new mechanics. Anyway, all that being said, we are now ready to resume our situation. And the conquest of Australia is going ahead. We've got a huge sequence of naval invasions planned for this region around here. We have this army. I've set 4 different invasion groups off, and they're going to be grabbing these islands just in this sea zone. which should give me... Oh, no, those are invasions moving into position. We're going to grab the Caroline Islands. We're going to grab all of these ones. I don't even know what they're called, but we've got them going. And we've got the big fleets set to patrol these regions to get us dominance. I've got the Marines going in across here. There's no transports assigned. There is now. Okay, the Marines were maybe getting in place. That's fine. Whew. So there's a whole lot of planning gone on. We didn't advance time during any of that, of course. I just needed to take some time to figure out what the hell was going on and how to manage it. Which I think we have. So we don't really make bombs or aircraft with these type of bombs attached. So we don't need to worry about that. We're just waiting to get the improved small airframe, which will be cool. And by the time we've actually, if we bothered to research medium airframe to have that longer range for going across the Pacific, for going across the USSR, I think the need for them will have just dissipated entirely. So we're not even going to waste time on that. I will grab transport planes because they may still be useful. And we've still got more and more of our puppets infantry coming online here. So we have... Oh, the USSR. Developments in the USSR, which are good. We're finally, slowly grabbing that. And we're going to try and retake this region down here. And I'm hoping we're going to get across. Supply is going to be dreadful, but that's just what it is. Just the name of the game. Are we actually trying to advance across here? Can I build something maybe? Let's see what the supply situation... Oh, okay. Right, it's a bit worse than I thought. There's absolutely nothing bringing supplies up to these regions. We're going to stick one of these in here. And we better link it up by rail. And also, we better get these improved as well. Come on. Come on, we can actually do this. We have a supply link going up there. That is possible. Let's throw these up to the top of the list, I think. I mean, I keep doing this with everything, throwing it up to the top of the list. Whatever that was, that's no longer needed. But this does look like it might actually be beneficial. Let's just make sure these guys here are on full motorization for the supplies. Don't think it'll make much difference there. We do have a port there, so there's some supplies can get in, but it's pretty grim. Are we making any progress to sort of nobble this bit? We just need to make sure we get it, and then we can actually tidy things up quite nicely. Meanwhile, more and more troops come volunteering to the Japanese cause. So, whilst focusing on the naval presence over here, I'm not focusing on the ones over here, and that might prove to be some sort of disaster. Seems I have something left patrolling over here. I don't know what I ordered. I was convinced I actually changed my orders and got everything off there, but it looks like I haven't. So, naval management hell. Fall of Leningrad. Okay. Okay, so Germany is now pushing on. That's good. Between us, we can knock the USSR out, and then Germany can turn around. Well, okay, it's going fast now. Go on, Germany. Finish them off, although we know what the USSR is like. It's a big old ball of pain to try and invade and knock out. Did my tanks get through? I ordered tanks to go through here. Looks like they didn't get through. I'm going to try and do a big order on there. 8 armoured divisions. It looks like they've hit some resistance going in. What I really want to do is grab the port, which will possibly hurt supplies up there, but it means that we can actually get in. Will we get supplies? No, we won't. I don't think we're going to get anything through here. We have no... Maybe we could send a fleet. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, Britain still has Gibraltar. Okay, that's going to be a problem. If we can get the Suez Canal from the north, that'll be pretty cool. Oh, hang on. We've got stacks of experience up here. Let's make sure we've got everything unlocked. We're finally going to get some armor XP. That's not something we've done a lot with. Naval doctrine is everything unlocked, and the air doctrine, it isn't really, but we will. I mean, we're not going to do it, so we're not going to build any heavy bombers, but we'll have it all unlocked. And special forces. Ah, okay. I probably should have had this. This is something we could have spent points on. We want the naval stuff, so we'll grab this line here for the Marines. We don't have anyone else unlocked. Maybe we should unlock them just so we can spend them. Paratroopers. Did the Japanese ever use paratroopers? I can't see me actually using them, so I'm just gonna pick a line like this and screw it. It's a gameplay mechanic I'm going to have to experiment with more. I know people say they're massively overpowered, and they can be used to cheese a lot of situations. I've seen it happen in other people's playthroughs. I've never had a whole lot of joy and fun using them myself, to be quite honest. This looks impressive. We've managed some sort of cut-off. Let's get in there. Ooh, that's some serious defense in there. It's okay. It's okay, though. I mean, everything's cut off here now, so... Let's make sure that actually goes in. I think we're going to get those guys. Oh, that's Germany? Come to meet us? Ah, well, that wasn't quite how I expected that to go. Just pause a minute. Sweden requests trade of military expertise for ball bearings. Absolutely. Good old Sweden. Good old Sweden. Coming to rescue us there. So this is a bit of a grim situation for the Allies down here. In fact, they're surrounded. I wonder if I could go piling south. We've got cavalry divisions trying to go in there, not having a whole lot of luck. Right, let's split these guys up. Let's go around the top like this. And I'm going to try and cut off through there. Meanwhile, the other four, I am going to attempt to batter my way south. Beirut's not looking great at all. If we get them moving, I think, yeah, okay, we're going in there now. Well, that doesn't look good. They stopped. They stopped. Our guys weren't actually involved in that. I think there was another fight and we were classed as reinforcements. So if we can cut bits off of Turkey, those guys are doing quite well. We've got another front up here. All right, excellent. Where's our yellow force? Here it is. That's a very odd sort of... Oh, I didn't actually mean to do that. That's a German front line now. So we have no real benefit in doing that. But what we'll do is we'll just do that. So we spread out and we don't eat all the supplies. And we just help Germany defend. Because there's a lot of Soviet divisions still down here. Although we could potentially get a little bit of involvement in going in. Let's do that. Let's go as far as that river. And that looks like a sensible place to stop. Meanwhile, we haven't got the supplies built down here. But we're just taking up Soviet troops, which is quite good. And just where we can attack, we can push little movements forward. Found the Great Japan Press Association. What were we working for now? I have no idea. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Empower the thought... Yes, okay, this is where we go. Right, empower the thought police. That never sounds like a good idea, does it? Modify Toko by stability 5%. Is that on here? Let's have a look. What is Toko? Is it even on here? It's this. Well, that gets weekly stability, but that's not what it's saying. Ah, here it is. All right, okay. So ideology drift, counter-operative. This is okay. This is a Well, I mean, we are playing the bad guys. I think everything is good there, and we get a good political advisor. But sure, that sounds like a good move to me. We'll take that. Stability is nice. What's going on here? Give me one division. Just one. To go on to that. And then we're just going to advance into there. I don't know if there's anything in there, actually, but that's a bit of an odd situation. Okay, we better stop and have a look and see if any of our naval invasions have gone in, because it seems that they have. Excellent, so that's gone in nicely. We didn't have anything going on up there. It looks like we've conquered the entirety of this region, apart from that one. Oh, the Marines got in here. Excellent. So, give me a couple of Marine divisions, and we just go marching. Is that a separate sodding island? Or is that's part of this one, right? It's part of this one. That's good. That's good. Right, and the rest, who landed here and I forgot to do anything about, we're going to need to start naval invading. That's okay. We'll just take that bit and then we'll set some naval invasions for this area off, I think. Meanwhile, what's happening in Oz? Not a whole lot, as it turns out. Guys, I don't think this is quite how I anticipated this going. Add those guys onto there. Yeah, supply situation's not great around here. We need to go capture something. Like, this was this place. This is, what's the name of the town? Townsville. Can't make this stuff up. Okay, so supplies aren't flowing over there. Did we not get down here? Why are we sitting outside Perth? We should be sitting in Perth, not sitting outside Perth, wondering why we're so hungry. I'm going to go and chuck a prawn on the barbie down there and get the guys fed. You just can't get the stuff. You can't rely on the AI to do anything properly. Okay, so this whole area is looking pretty sweet for us now. If you're wondering why I'm not using up the military factories, it's because I feel like we're well on top of resources, but I'm also... Sorry, well on top of military equipment in that sort of sense of resources, but I don't have a whole lot of other resources to spare. So, yeah, we're not utilizing them all. We could if we wanted to really like take over everything really quickly, get loads of stuff, but we've got more than we can actually utilize at the moment. So we've got this region, and the Marines have done their job over here. So let's find those guys. I think that is actually on our short-term list of goals to take. So we hold off on that one because what I really want is Wake Island, which is there, right? So that's the one that we want. It's time to move the fleets forward. Oh, God, yeah. It's time to take over this entire region over here. So the Marines... I'm going to recruit some more Marines because Marines are awesome. I actually do love these guys. How many can we have? No, turn that down to 1. We can have 7 divisions of Marines. I'll take them. Trying to find a home for them. I'll probably forget what I'm doing with them, but I do love my Marine divisions. Okay, so we need to get... I was going to go for Wake Island, wasn't I? Let's go and grab this. So we can leave from anywhere. And all these places have ports. Let's go this one, because it's easy to see. And then the other force, these guys were doing some great work. I thought I had a naval invasion planned for here, but it doesn't look like I actually have. So, we're going to do 6 divisions of each one again, I think. I can't remember how many maximum naval invasions I'm allowed. There is a button somewhere that we can use to check. Don't know where it is. Don't care. Because we're going to do this instead. This also works fine. We can use the floating harbours for this because we've got them developed. I see we have a few places over here that needs conquering. Let's go from here. Is that what? That's a separate island? Okay. See the micromanagement that was required for this bit. Actually, I don't mind. I don't normally bother island hopping when we go across the Pacific, because there isn't actually any need to in the old system. You just get 1 or 2 bits. You can have a corridor of sea zone that you control and just go straight for Japan or the US, depending on who you're playing as. But in this case, we absolutely do need to. The fall of Stalingrad, that's great news. USSR is knackered. I do also then need to change my priorities for these guys and make sure we've got patrols in there. Looks like we're already patrolling there. It looks like we're already patrolling there. Excellent. So we don't need to patrol this one anymore. I'm just going to chuck it in as an extra. Do we need... Yeah. Looks like we already are patrolling this. We have some control ratio. At the moment, we don't need to control that one. So I will... Apparently, I'm not patrolling that one with this fleet. Oh, you see the pain that I am in here. Am I patrolling that one? No. I think I'm patrolling where I need to be, so we'll just leave it at that. We might spend another big admin session before the next episode trying to sort that out again. I thought I'd done it, but apparently not. Right, then down here, we're into Perth. We can eat. That's all good news. We can eat. And then we should be able to just scoop up the places around here. Go that way. And then along the coast. Getting that air base would be good. Good. Okay, good. Let's go and see what's happening over in Turkey and the USSR. That's looking fine. I'm going to try and grab these regions. I know Germany's controlled them, but in the peace agreement, I'm going to see if I can carve them up. Oh, excellent. This is what we wanted right here. We want to send those guys in there. We'll cut that off. And we'll snip those up. Turkey, meanwhile, did I get in? Oh, I did. Excellent. Our medium tanks did actually get in. And we got this this area cut off. I didn't think that was going to be a thing. So we'll send those guys in there. And we'll send support from these two. Meanwhile, can we get into Beirut? It looks like we tried before and failed. So this will go through. So we're finally getting the Japanese armor into battle properly in 1944. They did do some good work in China, but they were kind of limited back then. Okay, I think it's all the way through to Port Said, I think, in the Suez Canal. We do a massive sweep. Oh, they're trying to break through here. Oh, we can cut that off. I think we can cut that off. If we can get into Beirut, then we're golden there. How did this go? This did not go as planned. That surprised me. We finally got the improved small airframe. In 1944, when we should be going for the next one. I will already work up the next load of engines, I think. Let's put any old designer in there. Let's go do it then. We haven't done this in a long time. Should we design some new aircraft? So, I mean, I've got 2,000 of these doing nothing. They're basic naval bombers. I'd forgotten about those, actually. I had 100% forgotten about the need for naval bombers. So, improved small airframe. It's going to be so much. We're going to be changing it again in no time. This is supposed to be the close air support, right? So, let's go for rocket rails. And we can put more on, right? It just gets... Does it get better? I think it does. We don't need anything more than that, so that's fine. I don't think we need... Oh, we could go for non-strategic materials. Just production cost goes down. We'll do that. And we can also go for drop tanks. It's something I've wanted on these things forever. And self-sealing, because we have all the rubber in the world. So that is fine. Improved close air support. Excellent. The good old basic naval bomber. Let's also alter that if we can. Where is it? It's the basic naval bomber. Where's the improved small airframe? Sorry, I saw that and thought it was a carrier. So let's create a variant. Dead simple. We just need that. That's pretty much it. No. Wrong engines. One of those. Slap in... There's no benefit to those at all. So we'll go for the same thing. Oh, I do want range on these, actually. And drop tanks. And special modules. We'll go for self-sealing or non-strategic. We'll go for self-sealing. Why? I don't know. I don't know. One or the other. Doesn't matter. I'll probably still forget to use them. We'll change our zeros as well. Good God. This is going back a lot. Right, fighter weapons. We can actually have... We can have cannons on these. And then heavy machine guns. Actually, I don't know that it's worth putting cannons on. Just stacks of heavy machine guns are usually all that's needed. And for those, we will have drop tanks on there as well for some extra range. Brilliant. That is confusing. Because we've got this. Have we not got the same? No, we haven't. We've altered it. And then what we should do is the basic carrier one. We should change that. Because that... I don't know what the US has got left in the way of ships, to be quite honest. But it's about time we did actually have some of these medium torpedo mountings. Oh, okay. The agility is the same, right? We just get more naval attack. I better check that the other design is using that as well. Because it might not be. Fuel tanks for range. Non-strategic materials cost because I'm cheap. And drop tanks. There you go. There you go. That's actually quite a nice... I like the graphic for that as well. That's cool. And then we're going to go for the basic carrier airframe as well. I feel like it would be cheap if we didn't. So let's do that. Let's just go heavy machine guns. Let's make them look a little... Can we get 12 heavy machine guns? Ho, 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 that'll do. They're for carriers. We don't care. That's fine. It looks good. I just want to edit the design for that one because I have a feeling... No, I put the right one on. That's fine. Okay. Aircraft done. Would it be nice to actually put some naval bombers over my places then? I mean, I feel like I've probably got some. Did I build any airfields out here? We did. There's not a whole lot going on. I should put some out here. I mean, we can put them on patrol and all sorts. Basic naval bomber. We have quite a few. Do you know what? Yeah, go on. Let's put 2 on there. So one of them's going to go out on... We can do patrol on this, right? Naval patrol. With that terrible range. And the other guys are going to go and bomb anything they see. Probably not an efficient way of doing it. I'm just playing with toys at this point. I feel kind of invulnerable, to be honest. We need to kick up the arse, actually, to make me focus more. But if it's going nice and easy, we'll just keep running on. Better trains? Better trains might not be the worst idea. Cheaper trains. Those are the cheaper ones. Because... Actually, no, we're fine. Trains... We've got more in the stockpile. Trucks are a little bit of an issue. So I think we should maybe go focus on that. Any infantry equipment? Yep. Let's get the infantry attack going, because they're doing the majority of the work, and we will go into the trucks. It's kind of nice when you get to the point where you can just go... Actually, we're going to put loads of factories on that. Nice. How's the USSR doing? Oh, are we in there? Ah, okay. I can see a slight issue here. Do we have any soldiers that we can borrow for this job? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take some of these guys training up. And we'll put them on that. And we'll put these guys on that. I don't know how they're going to get there. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, let's draw one line up there. And one line down. No. No. Halt. That's not quite what I ordered. And another line down here. And let's just trigger that order. Let's stop them training. And we're just going to trigger the order. No general. Actually, I need to put a general in charge. That's shocking. This guy will do. Alright, so hopefully that'll just sort out the mess. It seems to be a theme of my game, doesn't it? That whatever I'm doing, I'm actually just spending most of my time just sorting out the mess. Whatever has happened. It's just chaos. It's just chaos everywhere. We made it into Beirut. There's a... Let's see if I can get to Tel Aviv. Oh, halt! Where are these guys? Ah, hang on. Do we not have... We need military access with these guys. Right, that's the thing then. Republic of Syria. Okay. I didn't realize we didn't have military access over those. See if I can get to Tel Aviv. By... Can I not go this way at all? Right. So who's this? These are the ones that I want military access from. There's 2 different groups in here. That's very confusing because they are essentially the same colour. Right, we're going to take the coastal road to Jerusalem. Meanwhile, we're going to try again to break in here. And our cavalry can try and help. It looks like Turkey's knackered, which is good news. It looks like the USSR is eventually going to be knackered. We just need to hope that all that comes off before the Allies manage to get their act together and cause some hurt to mainland Europe. So I need to do my bit over in the Pacific. It's not going fast enough. I'm going to be honest. It's just not going fast enough. Come on, guys. We should be plowing through here now. Get going. We've got this bit, which is not quite what we wanted here. We just need to get in there, and then we can feed ourselves again. Okay, so let's see. We're ignoring this bit for the time being, so that we can go focus on whatever's going on up here. It looks like we've arrived just in time to see the Marine invasions. We stole advancements in Project Super Heavy Howitzer from the United Kingdom. Oh, look, that's got to be Jerusalem. I'm surprised they've got a land warfare base in Jerusalem, but hey, did we? No, it wasn't. We didn't even get there. Why didn't they get there? I'm not on the front line order. Oh, I see. This is another country. Holy crap. Okay, I had not noticed that. If I had noticed that, because it's all the same bloody colour, maybe I should have had this turned on. Where's my filter where I can turn on faction control? Yeah, that would have helped. Never mind. We're going to plan an attack for our 4 armoured divisions there. This looks a mess over here. We did have an army on that one. It looks like the cavalry's moved off. It's got a very strange attack order going on over there. But I think we're in that one, so that's okay. Right, I need to reaffirm what's happening. I can't even see anymore. Where are we? Where did we send the Marines into? Right, it looks like we got it. The faction goal. We got Wake Island, which is excellent. We're still trying to defeat communism. Fortify Manila Bay. Manila Province has a level 2 coastal fort and a level 7 naval base. Oh, okay. I mean, we don't get a huge amount of stuff for that, but I'm going to go and do that. So we finished that one. We are going for conquest. Crete, Cyprus, the Dardanelles, the Bosphorus. I mean, I wouldn't have thought we were going that way as Japan, but we'll go Guadalcanal, because that is next on the list. Let's go fortify. Where's Manila? It needed something like a level 7, level 8 naval base, which would be 2 off the max, and I think a level 2 coastal fort. I think it was that. I'll put it up to level 3, and is it level 8 air base? Oh, I've probably gone way over top of what it actually needs then, but that should be it. That should be it, and hopefully that'll come up later. So we got these. Did we get all the way in here? We did. Excellent. Apart from these 3 places here. Well, that's cool. It looks like it's been a resounding success. So right, you guys going island hopping again. There's just so many little islands to grab over here. What else? There's a whole new chain down there, and there's Phoenix Island. Never heard of Phoenix Island. 6 guys on there. Let's go from a naval base from here to here. And then there should be some more. Here we go. There's another 6. And then I guess we're going that one. Okay, we'll do the Marines then, who are way up in the north. Let's find a rather closer base. Can we do all 3 all at once? Pretty sure we'll get in there. Need to check on that. Just trigger it. They'll just go when they're ready. So we're sweeping across the sea zones. And then we're going to come in and get Guadalcanal next. So that's the plan. That's looking better now. So let's make sure that all you guys are on this front line here. Improved infantry equipment is nice. We're going to have to plan for the invasion of the US. So we might need to see some anti-armor devices. Possibly. Looks like these guys are all on the way through here. Someone's going to go that way. I don't think there's much of Australia left to really worry about at this point. Let's make sure we're getting these, though. And the idea is to get to Adelaide, which is a long way away. But the guys are moving in the right direction. Okay, cool. Do we have any... We don't have any impending invasions. Do we don't have any problems coming in? This bit got sorted out nicely. Look, that did work. And we empowered the Thought Police. Stability is going up. Everything's looking good. Okay, do we just go click anything random? Unsinkable aircraft carriers. That gives us air bases, coastal forts, and a radar station, and a naval supply hub in the Caroline Islands. Oh, I'd forgotten that was a thing. Yeah, what's Occupy East Timor? Portuguese Timor becomes owned and controlled by Imperial Japan. Yes, please. Thank you. Does that start a war? This may lead to war. Screw it. Screw it. Where the hell is East Timor, then? It's not there. Is it East Timor? It must be this one. Where is it? There's an island chain here. That is... I can't see where it is. I spent ages trying to conquer it. This one. This must be it, right? It is. Okay. Should we have some troops in there just in case? What are they going to do? Seriously, what are they going to do? I don't think that's going to be an issue. I don't have anything spare anyway. Do we not have spare troops in the Philippines? We do. We have this army. I'll take 11 divisions. They've got 14 days to get there. That's just a peacekeeping force, just to make sure that Portugal makes the right choice. What the hell? I've got 8 divisions stuck on this line here. Halt. They're going in regardless. Let's go onto that line. I had totally missed that. Big place, Australia. Easy to sit and miss things like that. Okay, it looks like our dudes are about here. Someone's planning a raid. Non-aggression pact from Slovakia. We'll accept that. All right, okay. It's time to walk into the most heavily populated part of Australia by the looks of this. And then we can start planning our next offensive. As in July 44, we slowly crawl eastwards towards our ultimate goals in North America. What will happen in Europe? The Allies still have a toehold down here. They've got quite some divisions in there. And our efforts to push them out of the Middle East, well, they're going. And the USSR manages to hold on just that little bit longer. Where is the USSR? They are so close. 96% towards capitulation. I don't think it's going to be our guys triggering it from this end somehow. Do you?